everyone, and welcome to part 2 of the gazebo build. In this episode, we're going to get the posts up and get the roof framed. So follow along and watch us learn along with us how to build a gazebo. So first thing we did was stand the posts, nothing too difficult. Just screwed from the corners so it's sort of least noticeable. Nothing's plumb yet. We'll do that when we start putting the top pieces up and then get everything plumb and in check. All right, so we got the top pieces on and the back side of it just braced to the fence. But this side has just got to come in a bit to square it up. So what I'm gonna do is take a ratchet strap and put it in between there and then tighten it until our cross measurement is the same. So then we'll know the top is square. All right, so we got all that up, strapped, it's nice and square. Now we're gonna start on the roof framing. So I got the math figured out in my head already. We're gonna go with a 6/12 pitch. So to find that, you just take your speed square, line it up with the number 6, make a mark. Then I figured out that the rafters have to be 67 inches long. So I'll make that mark. Then come down here, 6/12 again. And then I want a foot overhang. So I'm gonna measure that from the bottom because that's where it will be visible. It's not gonna be exactly a foot square, but it'll be close enough. I don't really want too much overhang. I guess I could figure out what a foot going this way would be. I'd just have to flip this, go 6/12. That would be a foot that way. Okay, we'll go with that. How far is that? 13 3/8 we'll call it. Okay, then typically I measure 1.5 inches for my bird's mouth just because that's the thickness of your top plate, so that way all your math works out. Then we'll go 6/12 again on the framing square for our seat cut. There, then we'll cut this out, and I'm leaving the rafter tails square just because I want to do something a little different with the fascia. Now I'll jigsaw the rest of the bird's mouth out. Some guys just overcut it, but a lot of these rafters are gonna be visible from the inside, so I want the least amount of marks and stuff as possible. Then I already have this one marked out, but I'll just double check to make sure. Yeah, that lines up nice. Then I'll just scribe that new line. Okay, now we got those two rafters. Now if Garrett brings me a couple more boards, I'll cut the other two common rafters, which will just be 3/4 of an inch shorter up there. Something without a live edge. Yeah, if it's crowned.
It's crowned at the end.
Yeah, we'll just crown it up. It's not much.
I guess we gotta cut that end off anyways.
Yeah.
So, don't matter.
We can't really be too picky about the boards because this was like the last shipment of cedar anywhere really. What did we, 67? Six, 12. 13 3/8. Inch and a half. And then we'll come in 3/4. Cut that there. Reason being is because they need to butt into those sides of the rafter. Okay, and I'll use this one as a template for that. Make sure I go 3/4 back. Put that right there. Make sure I keep those separate. That way I cut the staples off that end. Okay, there's our 2 sets of rafters ready to go up. All right, we're putting our first rafters up now. Up a bit. Yeah, right there. That meets pretty nice. Okay, now I'll just toenail. There we are. Okay, now we'll move over to where Garrett is. Oh, that's like the end of my hose. Okay, you just stay up there and hold it. I'll
Yep.
just nail. Yeah, maybe, okay, I got it now. You go over to my spot and just lift that up a bit. We'll just get them to where they meet nice. Perfect. All right. Now if you grab the other two rafters, I'll move the sawhorses. Nice there. You just gotta look for the, yeah, that should be, is your top pretty close? I might have to push mine just a bit more. Okay, here comes the wind, perfect timing. Okay, I'll tap mine there.
I think I'm good there. I'll move there.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be pretty close. Now I'll just need a bit of a taller, I might have to grab like a step ladder or something to nail that top. I don't want to bring a 10-foot sawhorse over because that'll be way too high. Alright, so we're just cutting our hips now. Homemade 2x4s because you just can't get lumber anymore, so we kind of had to sawmill our own stuff here. So we just take the measurements because I don't feel like doing math. And we're at 89, line it up with 612 on the hip, 89.5 matched up to 1.5 for our bird's mouth. Make that mark. And then when you're doing hip measurements, rather than going 612, you go 6/17, and that gives you your hip measurement. I'm not sure why it works out like that, but all I know is it does. And then I come over here, and typically I'd probably just cut the hips square on the end, but because this is going to be exposed from the inside, I want it to look nice. So I'm going to go 3/4 inches back, which is that line right there. Flip it over, do the same thing. And then go over to the miter saw, or actually I can jigsaw this out first. Now to the miter saw. I could do this with the skill saw, but I got a miter saw on site, so might as well get the cleanest cut possible. Gives us a nice 45-degree angle to fit the hip into. Grab my gun before I get too far. I guess I'll pass you this end. Pretty close right there. Now I gotta get on the other side of this strap. Okay, now we can probably take these straps down now that all the hips are nailed. It'll hold it.
That's what I was thinking.
Alright, now just putting the jack rafters in now. I'll show you what I do for that. I got these all done just because I needed some practice before I actually did a how-to. To be perfectly honest, this is my first time framing a hip roof. So I'll go 1.5 inches over. And I got my measurements sort of predetermined up here. Go 41 inches. It's all working out pretty decent so far for a first attempt. And then I'm on that side of the hip, so I'll go from this end. Then I kind of do the same thing. Bring it to a 6/12. Make 41 and 1.5 inches meet there. And then 13 3/8. And 6/12. And 6/12 with the framing square. Oh, power's off. Blew the breaker and the clients aren't home, so I just got to use this for today. One of the batteries must be dead. Probably that one. I'll steal from the jigsaw. Still got 2 left. And this one's probably got some. Now where did, oh. 26 degrees is roughly 612. And there, that fits nicely. Oh, and then that generator's not quite strong enough to run the compressor. And yeah, that's basically how it goes for jack rafters. Alright, well that pretty much has it for the roof framing. That turned out pretty well considering it was my first hip roof. Everything lined up nice. I wanted to make it so it would look as nice from the inside as possible, so I centered those and everything because it'll be exposed. So next part will be sheathing it and probably getting started on the shingles after that. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this gazebo build. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check out my Instagram and Facebook page for any updates or other sneak peeks that I don't quite put on my YouTube channel. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Stay healthy, everyone.